This is the story of how the Energy Development Corporation began a program that aims to rescue and secure our most premium Philippine native tree species from the brink of extinction. It all began with a search for a tindalo tree, so we could gather seeds and grow them for our reforestation program.
I asked them to find this tree. I sent my foresters out. They came back and it's nowhere to be found. It got us asking, where were these trees?
After coming back from the mountains of Negros without seeing a single tindalo tree, an investigation began. That brought the shocking realization that if we did not move now, we would lose some of the most beautiful, most unique tree species found only in our country forever. Thousands of trees are in danger, some with less than 10 trees left in the wild.
EDC pioneered a unique program meant to protect our vanishing native trees. And this is not the usual tree planting, but a science-based program to help preserve our Philippine biodiversity. We're very serious about this.
The BINHI Tree for the Future program was born. Unique because for the first time ever, we focused on saving our very own native premium tree species. We decided native because, unknown to many, some exotic trees introduced into the country are actually invasive and are harmful to local biodiversity. With the help of top botanists, foresters, and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, the Energy Development Corporation and its management, with full resolve, backed this vision. First, we narrowed the field, choosing the most critical species from over 3,600.
We put science in selection of priority species. Basically, we refer to scientific experts, existing literature, and then we select a criteria. Those are our priority for now.
An initial 96 species were prioritized, classified as the most threatened. BINHI follows 4 key steps: species rescue and protection, propagation, establishment of future mother trees that includes monitoring and maintenance, then advocacy. This is where BINHI Tree for the Future truly makes its mark. Because it's always envisioned a total, holistic, end-to-end approach to biodiversity conservation. But first, of course, we had to find these tree species. Launching an epic journey. And for those tasked with this mission, they soon realized that this was no easy task. Remember, we were looking for trees in the wild, some of them undocumented for decades.
Many of these trees, I myself haven't seen those before. If we can have 85% of these 96 trees, then we are successful enough.
Detective work was challenging. Records were scarce or outdated.
We really went back to the literature, again, the original publication of the species, then to look where these species were discovered.
But we persevered, relying on the smallest of clues to give us a starting point. The team traveled by air, by land, by sea, sometimes trekking for days through dangerous, unexplored jungles.
We literally searched the whole Philippines from Batanes to Basilan.
We made our own trails to find these elusive species, letting nothing stop us.
Pinakamahirap yung sa Nueva Vizcaya. Hinahanap namin yun yung malinoag. Maputik yung daan namin, puro paakyat siya. Tapos tuwing malapit na kaming dumating dun sa area, puro bangin na. Nasa ano siya, siguro mga 75 degree na slope. Saka lang namin nakita yung balinuag. Parang gusto mo na kagad mag-celebrate. Pero hindi pa tapos kasi bababa pa kami. Mahirap yung paakyat. Ganun din kahirap yung pababa.
But one by one, find them we did. Marking, geotagging, documenting, collecting seeds, wildlings, DNA that is hauled back to be banked and secured, ultimately saving another species, another life. After we found them, we had a plan on how to propagate our 96 species for posterity. Using vegetative material reproduction, or VMR technology, wildlings are planted in hedge gardens and become a source for cuttings. Cuttings grown in carefully controlled chambers used mist irrigation to mimic natural forest conditions. EDC actually possesses the first automated nursery in the country. When ready, they are taken out to a hardening area and exposed to real-world conditions. Those that grow to seedlings are then ready to be planted in safe havens like school campuses or parks. Helping us are over 131 partners in 16 regions and still counting. Everyone from executives, employees, students, local communities, formalized with partnership commitments, sign an agreement to nurture seedlings. And our partners have successfully helped us achieve 85 to 100% survival rates of our trees. Many of our planted trees are already turning into mother trees, bearing fruits in as early as 3 years. Finally, we advocate by educating and raising awareness for the program. The more people we can involve and drive to action, the faster we can save our vanishing species. Then the cycle goes back to start, so that more native species can be saved.
The good news is we found enough specimens in the wild of all 96 native trees to be able to collect samples and to begin to rescue and propagate them.
I congratulate the staff or even those persons in coming up with this great project, the BINHI for the future.
We believe that the best time to rescue these vanishing species is now, during this generation. Otherwise, we will deprive our youth of the natural beauty that was once our country's pride. EDC is resolved to fully back our BINHI Tree for the Future program because it upholds the very values that we live by.
This is a story that has yet to reach an ending. We may have a book published, but the last chapter has yet to be written. Because we will not stop until every threatened tree species is saved at last, so that it can be seen and enjoyed by our children and grandchildren. BINHI, Tree for the Future, indeed.